Take a look at some of these really interesting and decorative coil pots. Some of the clay pieces are put around with plain coils, some are twisted, some are spiraled. I hope that this serves as some inspiration as you begin making your own clay pots. Let's take a moment and begin by making some coils. I started off taking a small chunk of clay and flattening it with the palms of my hands as well as pinching with my fingers and my thumb. I felt like I wanted to make this as thin as possible to make the bottom of my pottery as big as possible. Now you'll also notice I'm taking some of that extra clay and starting to make it into a coil. When making your coils, you're going to have to use the palm of your hand to the tips of your fingertips to ensure that coil getting longer and thinner as it continues. You can also take scissors and cut this Model Magic material. So again, using some of that clay, I'm going to start off and start putting it into a coil form. When you make your coils, be patient with yourself, but what you want to do is ensure to get a round rotation going with your clay instead of it going back and forth between your hand and the table. Now, with my coils, let's start decorating and designing. As I take my coils, one of the things I thought I would try is making some spirals. With my spirals, I will just attach them onto the Model Magic. The Model Magic does not have to be scored or slipped. It has a sticky type material that allows you to just place it on and continue working. You can see my coils can be built up like so, and just setting one inside of each other and touching them, they will stick. With my last piece of coil, I'm going to wrap that around the top to ensure more of a good solid fit. With the leftover negative space or those open holes, I like the way that it looks right now, but then I got to thinking about using some extra materials and using that as decoration as well as filling up that open spot. Now I will tell you, when I put my pieces of buttons into my project, I really need to press that down into the clay so that it doesn't pop out. As I place that in there, I'm also trying to ensure that the clay goes around part of the button so that it does not fall out. I'm really trying to take my time to ensure a good solid hold before I move on to the next one. Remember, you do not have to put buttons in. This was just a decorative item that I thought would make this project look really nice. If it's too frustrating or it's not staying into the Model Magic, you might just want to come up with another interesting idea to decorate your project. Here's another choice as well. I'm going to go ahead and take my clay and again begin with a solid, flat slab piece of clay. I'll take my scissors to cut off the rounded edges or the rough edges that I created and use some of that extra to begin making my coils. With my coils this time, I'm going to try something different. Rather than the coils creating spirals, I'm going to use my coils and start twisting them around each other. I decided not to do a braid because, again, remember, this material is very sticky. Just touching itself, it's hard to separate. So if I take my coils and twist it, I don't have to worry about being frustrated with the stickiness of this material. Just like that. See how it's sticking? I didn't even mean for it to do that. Okay. So like I said, I'm just going to take my two pieces of coils and just start wrapping them around and twisting those together like so. And once I've done that, use my coils to start building around and around to create my coil pot. With my leftover clay, I'm going to create one more coil for the very top. I hope you have fun creating your own Model Magic masterpiece today. Thanks for watching and happy art making!